What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Rome 2 Total War. We are still continuing on the same turn as we previously ended off of, and of course we are working on tax labor, giving that additional growth in all provinces per turn. So ultimately the idea, not only are we working on tax labor, but we are also looking at the province of Italia by building the civil colonia and also improving this settlement into a large vineyard. We are hopefully trying to get this growth rate to just exponentially grow. Now the idea is we want to get 3 population surplus inside Rome, and then we can finally start building up our siege workshop. So anyway, we have 1800 coin. Let's go ahead, try to utilize whatever we can. Surprisingly enough, it might make sense, it might make financial sense to go ahead and muster up our forces to, one, obviously construct ourselves either a barracks or some sort of consecrated ground on Corsica. But also, if I, had a barracks and I produced an army, I could march all the way down to Sardinia. This is actually a very powerful province. This is a very powerful city, I should say, with 6 tiles rather than 4. And so, obviously, bigger cities, one, have obviously more tiles, but they actually have better buildings as well. And we actually don't really have any of those bigger buildings yet, but we are going to get those soon. Looking around, we are definitely having a major issue with cultural differences and taxes. So ultimately, over time, we do want to declare war on Syracuse, and we do want to take over Carthage. Let's take a quick glance. Obviously, we're still working on building up our tax labor, and obviously, we do want to go into philosophy. Right now, we're in construction, and unlock ourselves a library and a dignitary. So, Syracuse, I should be able to click... No, I cannot. What if I go into my diplomatic map mode, which should be somewhere? Here it is, diplomacy. Now, if we look at Syracuse, do they have any allies? Not that I can see. They're currently in a war with Carthage and Nova Carthago, but I don't see any actual allies, so it might be in our best interest to, one, annihilate Syracuse, and obviously try to grow, our provinces in Magna Graecia, try to take over the all 4 cities, and then therefore continuing to push. Let's go ahead and cancel this. And can we construct any type of additional buildings? Yes, we can, but I absolutely don't want to go ahead and use any of this growth. We're looking at Araminium. Let's make this province into a market province, because we're going to get a lot of income through trade rather than, obviously, agriculture or, I'm not sure what subsistence is, but I'm guessing it's probably... I wonder if we could hover over it. No, we cannot. So, civil settlements are basically just cities. We obviously want to get a lot of money through markets, so let's do that. But obviously the main goal is to improve our growth per turn. And now that we're out of money, this unit probably... we still are making a positive amount of, public order. But we're probably going to have to rearrange a lot of these factors very soon. Let's end this turn. And it looks like we have the ability here to go ahead. Actually, I'm kind of curious as to where this is. If I press... There should be a way... Maybe it's under forces. It looks like because of our battle here, our naval admiral has the ability to level up. And actually, unlike, a lot of our armies, we're actually going to have our naval admiral go into either authority or zeal rather than, cunning. And I think we're going to go with authority for now. Having the ability to inspire troops is probably very beneficial. Okay, let's go ahead and end this turn. And eventually, once our troops are basically replenished, we're going to make our way down to Syracuse. This might be dangerous, but obviously our #1 goal is to just continue growing, the province of Magna Graecia, switching it on over to, one, the correct culture, and obviously just try to keep growing whatever we can. I would love to control all of the trade in this area, but it is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So what are we looking at now? Instead of being in a forced march, we're going to send you to a normal stance, send you down to Neapolis, and of course we still have 11 cultural, what's the word I'm looking for? Public order. So what we're going to do is, now that we have 2,300 coin, we obviously are still going to move down to Rome. Is the barracks completed? Yes, it is. We could hire some really powerful units now. But I guess my question is, these are obviously a lot pricier. Is it really worth my time looking at some additional units? I mean, one, we probably need some cavalry, and probably both of these areas. So 1 and 2, and there went all of my money. So I'm hoping it was worth my time. Is there anything else that I should really do? We're obviously going to go after Syracuse. Once we send all of our troops, they're probably going to concentrate or consolidate around southern Neapolis. And we'll probably hire a few extra troops as well. The only reason why is when we go to war, I do not want to be caught with my pants down. I want to be prepared rather than surprised. Let's actually bring the spy down as well. And I might want to go ahead and, well, one, probably produce a new army inside Eulalia. Let's go ahead and raise some forces. The only general that we can get for free is somebody from other houses. It would make sense to get our own house. So actually, let's just do it for free. And this guy is free. He is providing his own units. And what's cool is now the public order is actually going from 0 to +1. And over time, if I ever did get money, I'll probably produce... Well, I guess I could do it now. Let's get Rorari and end this turn. We're not going to be making a lot of income, though, because obviously we hired some Equites, which are obviously some cavalry units. And sadly, I'm not really too sure exactly where we're going to be moving. Syracuse moving to the north. We should probably start focusing on getting a, at least a small navy, non-aggression pact. So obviously we have a navy, but they're not real ships. They are levies. Okay, so all of our levies are slowly but surely coming back to life. And it's cool now because now we went from 0 to +1 to +2 public order. We have finished up tax labor, which I believe was under construction, and it would make sense to start working on concrete, but do we need either of these? Not really. Looking at philosophy, though, I would really like to get labor organization, because +2 public order in all provinces would be absolutely broken. But while we're here, yeah, I guess we could start working on the dignitary and obviously start building up our library, because that's what we desperately, desperately need. Okay, what can we do? We have 2,000 coin. Like I said, I want to consolidate most of my troops down here on the southern border, but I don't want to leave Italia because I can still produce some extra troops. And I don't know what I'm going to produce just yet. Obviously, I would like to have 20 of 20. But it just costs so much money, I'm not even sure that it's really worth my time. Still working. We completed our new vineyard. Still working on the market settlement. If we look at Eulalia, do we have... No, we do not. We do not have the growth needed to grow Eulalia. But we could make this into a market settlement, further increasing its growth. It's going to cost some money. It's going to cost some food. Once winter comes, though, we're going to be out of food. So we probably need to be upgrading our farms. And we could either get a farm that gives more squalor, or we could get... Excuse me, let me rephrase. We can get a lot of food, but a little bit less money, or we can get more money and a little bit less food. So I think what we're going to do is get the herding ground, because money is always nice. So we are going to be constructing that. It is going to take some time. And let's end this turn. Very soon, I believe it's going to be fall and then winter. But luckily, as we're moving to southern Italy, snow doesn't really affect it. And you know what? I didn't even produce units. So that's bad. I think we'll be fine, though. And like I said, I do want to construct myself a dignitary. But we do need to research, the philosophy rank 1. Mission issued. Research a technology in the following category: management. And we have 8 turns to do this, and we would get a call to arms, +1 army recruitment capacity in all provinces. That is really good. So anyway, sadly enough, even though we have money now, we actually didn't produce any extra units. I'm not sure that we'll even need them. You're going to move on down. In fact, we could force march ourselves. Bring us all the way down here. And once again, force march all the way down. And I believe next turn, we're going to try to declare war on Syracuse. They do have a lot of troops here. But I think what we're going to do is one unit will siege down Syracuse, while the other isolates this extra army and just annihilates them early, so we won't run into really any issues. We have some money. Should I upgrade any province? I could have swore I did this. I could have swore we upgraded Eulalia into a market settlement. Maybe I misread that. Oh, no, I think, well, maybe we built a herding ground instead. And actually, that's exactly what happened, because we ran out of food. And now that winter's coming, I'm really hoping we have enough. I don't think we will. Let's hold off on that, just in case. Still got a lot of coin, and next turn we are going to be declaring war on Syracuse. I see Carthage sailing around, which makes me worried, because we don't really have an actual navy just yet. I mean, we've got levies all the way up inside Corsica here, but they're not real naval ships. I feel like we would get annihilated if anything did happen. So it looks like we're being blackmailed. I am absolutely not going to counter the rumors. I am going to do nothing, because that is a lot of money to lose. Political intrigue, and ultimately what's happening is, as you can see, we can go into subject gains notoriety, 5% influence. If we look at the Senate itself, we have a variety of different characters, and basically we can improve a lot of these characters and watch them grow over time. So it looks like we have 2 characters that require attention. A beast with no heart because of our bad omen. A trusted Harrispex has come to us with troubling news while examining the innards of a boar. He found that the beast had no heart. The gods are displeased. We could sacrifice another boar, sacrifice a white bull, or sacrifice 100 bulls if we hope to restore the gods' opinion, or we could do nothing. In fact, I think we're going to sacrifice a white bull. This is kind of a chance thing. Not sure what's going to happen. And we also have requires attention again. The child of Mars. Your daughter is with child. She swears she has never known the touch of a man and believes that the child is a gift from Mars, the god of war. We could keep the child, hide the truth, or do nothing. I feel like we are going to keep the child. Maybe something good will come of it, maybe it won't. So now we still have forced march on. Let's turn that off. And let's turn this off as well. We are now going to move on in, try to declare war. They have an ally of Epirus. They did not a minute ago. I think we're going to go in anyway, though. Declaring on Epirus, declaring on Syracuse. They have a lot of troops, which makes me incredibly nervous. So the very first thing we're going to do is encircle. And the other thing we're going to do is try to annihilate this general. If we can. And it looks like we can't arrive on time. Do we want to hire more units? You would think we would. This might be a bad position that we're in. Okay, let's also go ahead and remove. We're in winter right now. I do want to go ahead and create ourselves a villa. That means we have some actual farms. Let's send you guys. Are we still going to be replenishing our navy if we're near Rome? Yes, we are. So we're going to eventually make our way down. I'm curious to see if this is really a good fight to be in. Probably not. We're still losing a lot of public order per turn, and it's mainly because of culture. Could I improve the consecrated grounds? I believe I can. It's going to cost a lot of money. actually, and a lot of food. But we're going to do it anyway. So I would like the Shrine of Jupiter, because I believe this is the best one. It gives us public order per turn and 4 Latin cultural influence. It's not exactly the best one, I should say, but it's exactly what we need now. The cultural influence and obviously the public order. Should I improve this barracks into a manipular barracks? I don't know if it's necessary, but it might be useful dealing with Carthage. So I think I'm going to do it and end this turn. If we don't get attacked, trade agreement from Carthage.
Carthage seeks trade with your people.
I'm going to decline, because I feel like I'm eventually going to declare war on them. And sadly enough, because we're in a siege, it looks like we're taking some minor attrition. And I also need to watch Epirus. If they sail over, I'm going to need to respond to this situation. And it looks like their armies are running away. I have absolutely no idea why they just did that. That was literally the worst thing they could have done. Sadly enough, the beast with no heart. We slaughtered a white bull, but that was not good enough. I see that they literally are about to take a... I don't know why they just did that. Let's annihilate this one unit. Auto-resolve, because we knew we were going to win. But they literally removed their entire army from Syracuse. Let's go ahead and release captives. And now my goal is to take this... No! I hate how it does this. So now what we're going to do is do another auto-resolve. There is no reason to fight if we know we're going to win this area. But my only concern is obviously they have a massive army, but now they don't have the cities that are required to basically fund these armies. And so as you can see, they're going to start taking attrition. It makes me wonder, though, are we in a good spot? Let's go ahead, repair all of these buildings. What is this? Military wharf. Let's repair. It says this is paused. I don't think I've ever seen this. So what we're going to do is I immediately want to go ahead and send my troops up into the north. And it looks like, are we being sieged? Oh. Oh, what is happening? We are being attacked by Epirus. That's new. I don't know if I've ever seen that. So obviously what I was trying to do is convert this. This needs to be converted. And let's go with the Shrine of Minerva. Not only do we get public order, but we also get Latin cultural influence, which is what we really need. And it looks like we can unlock a new technology. We've just unlocked the library. But I think my next goal is probably going to do something in the economy. So 2% wealth from all agriculture. And we're now going to be making a lot more income. Man, we're about to deal with a revolt, sadly enough, and I don't know where it will be. Let's end this turn. And it looks like we have our generals that need to be improved, as they just won. And one thing I also want to point out, not only do your generals get better, but your legions get better as well. And though generals die over time, legions never do. So these are permanent improvements. So what we're going to do is basically get a cunning playstyle, like I say over and over, and that means getting accomplished skirmishers. So it's only 3% damage, but this is permanent, and it will improve over time. So what we're going to do is get ballista and have a lot of damage, have a lot of range damage before we really march our troops in. Let's improve our general and get some additional cunning. I guess the next one is either a tactician or a navigator. This is on the ocean, and this is on land. So let's go ahead and improve that. We are definitely going to be having to deal with this issue very soon. Let's force march ourselves, and it looks like we can't move any further. And you need to be improved, so let's get better skirmishers. And let us go ahead and get movement range when a general. Can we still move? Not yet. Ending this turn. And what's nice is these units.
You and your people are
lost our non-aggressive pack. But anyway, these units are going to take attrition, which is awesome. I really need to make some income. And it looks like Epirus is going to attack us now. I don't really want to fight them, but it looks like I obviously will if needed. Rebellion imminent and Magna Gracia. Is there anything I can do? I believe next turn it's absolutely going to happen. We are still working on a lot of different structures. We're not making that much coin, which is obviously an issue. All of their units are taking attrition, which is awesome. Can we hire more units? Yes, we can. In fact, I feel like we should actually get the Hastati, because they are swordsmen. They'll probably do a lot better. You're going to make your way all the way over to Cassentia, assuming... Can we make it without being forced march? I guess we've already walked over, so we can't do anything. And yes, you are going to... we're probably going to lose Brundisium due to Epirus attacking us. And I feel like Carthage is going to attack us next. Can we move down our navy? I get that they are levies, but maybe we could attack them while they're still at bay. And what's neat is obviously we are going to have some defenses inside Syracuse here. And all of these units are just going to wither away, take attrition. So if they don't attack us now, they are going to get further damaged, and, you know, it's a ticking time bomb, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Epirus is getting closer and closer. This is making me nervous, and it looks like those forces are running the opposite direction. So, we have unlocked Iron Tools. We now have a small rebellion in Cosentia. If we don't deal with this issue now, it is going to grow stronger and stronger. So let's annihilate these enemies. Well, that was really easy. I didn't think it would be this easy. Let's go with a defensive stance. And now that we've annihilated the rebels, they don't have a chance to grow stronger and stronger. And usually they grow by about 3 units a turn. Let's kill the captives, because I absolutely don't want them revolting. Okay, these units are getting weaker and weaker. I am going to slowly maneuver myself down. And if they do go north somehow, I'm going to try my best to use my navy to the best of my ability. These guys are taking damage as well. I would like to repair. I don't know if we need another military wharf when we could actually have a harbor making us money. We finally have a lot of food, too. So looking at philosophy and construction, I feel like our goal now is to try to keep making money and trying to keep making income. So I guess what we're going to do, we could get more cultural conversion for free if we got the archives. And you know what? I think this is actually what I'm going to go for. And the reason why I say this is every level 6, or I guess every major city that I own, is eventually going to get some sort of library. So whether it's Rome, Brundisium, I guess Lilybaeum is a... No, never mind. I was going to say Lilybaeum was a 6-slot city, but that's not true. Obviously, we have Corrales inside Sardinia. And I guess I'm going to end this episode. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.